What's up, y'all? It's Saturday. It's me, Erica. What are y'all doing today? It's Saturday. Did y'all wake up early? I woke up at my regular time, but I'm late coming down here because I was relaxing. And I was just watching Funky Dineva's recap of the Potomac trailer. Baby, when I tell you he was in rare form, but it's like 15 minutes and I wanted to hurry up and come down here. You know what I'm saying? So what's up, y'all? Okay, let's see. What's going on? Somebody emptied their car out? What is this? I don't want to have to look at that. What's up? I'm gonna go on the other side of this car because somebody looked like they dumped some shit out of their car. And I don't want to look over there and see it. I don't. Yeah, we'll park right here in front of this crow. Ew. Okay, so we're talking about Tammy and Waka. We're talking about marriage boot camp, which is like, I don't know. I think I'm over marriage boot camp. This shit is done. I mean, there's the second crow. Where's the third one? You know, you gotta look for it because it'll be here in a second. Okay, so Tammy and Waka, I told you it's just like really typical shit that's happening in their relationship, right? So I took a lot of notes. She was in her closet. Oh, let me turn Jay-Z's big mouth on. What are they eating? It's like they have some yellow stuff in their mouth. Look like maybe it's crackers or something. Anyways, so she's in her closet and her manager comes over and is like, you need to finish your album. I guess she canceled her studio time. And he was like, you need to finish your album. When are we going to finish your album? And she like sits down and she starts crying and she says that she's tired. She's tired. She's being pulled in all different directions. She just had a mini breakdown. You know what I'm saying? She had a mini breakdown. She said, I got these cameras in my face. I thought to myself, you don't have to have them in your face if you don't want to. Why are you, I don't know. That was weird to me when she said that. I got these cameras in my face. You don't have to have these cameras. That's a choice, Tammy, that you're making. Is somebody forcing you to do it? Because you can say no. He tells her you got to prioritize. You got to prioritize. You got to put everything together so that you can have some me time. I was glad that somebody was there to comfort her, you know, because he really just was there listening, and then he gave her, you know, advice and what she probably needs to do in order to have time for herself. And I thought that was cool for him to actually acknowledge that and say that to her. Waka is at the studio, and I guess the producer who produced some song that he made however many years ago, and the guy is like, you need to come out with another album in your 20 year anniversary. 20 years? It ain't been 20 years, maybe 10-year anniversary was something. He says, put out an album. He was like, no, I don't want to put out an album. I'm doing well for myself. I don't know what Waka does. Now, it made me interested in seeing what he does. I guess he got a trucking company, a staffing company, all of these different companies that he seems to be doing well for himself. I was wondering, you know what I'm saying? Because I was wondering, I don't know much about him. I was wondering, like, he doesn't rap anymore. And I don't know exactly, you know, Tammy is an entrepreneur, right? So I don't know exactly what she does, but she does make music too. But I'm like, okay, how are they making money? And it's all his, I guess, these business ventures he has, which is great. I think it's great. Deb and Tammy meet. I'm not trying to put the heater on because it's cold today. It's 51 degrees. Deb and Tammy meet. Tammy looks like washed, like tired. She looks tired. I felt bad for her. I was like, okay. And because you know how like lightweight, tough, she wants to, you know, she comes off and then she's short. So she probably has Napoleon complex. Little Mo talks about that too. Like how you have to be tough because people will act like you aren't tough. So she's tough. Tammy is tough. And what was crazy was that Waka said that him cheating on her, I was like, oh my God. Him cheating on her made her stronger. And in that, made her a better person. Did you just say that out your mouth? Out them little ass teeth? Did you just say that? How do you hurt somebody? And then, can that happen? Okay, that's what I was going to ask y'all. Because let me get to that. Okay. Deb seemed like she was concerned. How you doing? She was like, I'm tired. I'm tired. I got all this stuff to do. Deb tells her to prioritize. Now, we know that Deb wants what her priorities are. She wants that to be Tammy's priorities too, right? She tells her, you have to put your family first and all this other stuff. So in the interview, Tammy was like, I can't please them because either you want me cooking or you want my legs in the air to have a baby. And it's like, and I was like, I was like, do people really be doing this to people? Because that was never conversations that I had with people, I guess. I don't know. Maybe because I've always been like no to none of that. I've always rejected all of that kind of stuff. And for that woman to be sitting there being so overbearing and then judgmental, and then it was weird how she was concerned, but then I was thinking like, okay, her and Tammy may not get along, but does she care about her? Because she did seem concerned, so that was kind of off to me, because based on the episode before, it was like Tammy gets on her nerves and she doesn't like the way she talks to Waka and this and that, but now you sitting here concerned about her. She's visibly tired. She looks tired. Charlie and Tammy, they're sitting at the table or whatever, and Tammy's like, you're mad at me? She was like, yeah, because you cut my hair. And I was thinking about that. I was like, I don't know if Tammy was partially playing it up for the cameras and playing around, but then running with scissors, like running after your daughter, and her laughing in a nervous way, being 14 years old, not wanting to be embarrassed. And then like you're on camera, but then your mom is chasing you with scissors, and then you're on the ground and she's cutting your hair. Like, I know that everybody does their best, but you gotta know that that's not cool to be doing that to. I don't care who it is. You don't cut no child's hair in an angry way like that. Like, I don't know. I thought that was weird. Okay, but you didn't handle that situation right. Okay, because you might handle other situations in a different way, but you didn't. To me, in the way that I saw that, I didn't like that at all. Waka goes and visits Tammy's mother, who I think is adorable, and she fixes him food. He starts talking about therapy, and he tells her about the therapy. But before that, she asked him about the baby, and he was like, I do that. And I was like, oh, he's good, because he was like, I do want a baby, but not right now. And I was like, okay, that's how you say it. Like, let them so they can stop. Because to me, I feel like if they're coming to you as a couple and saying, hey, we need to go to therapy, and hey, I don't like the way your wife talks to you, and hey, why are you pressuring them to bring a baby into that? That's what I don't understand. To me, it's just, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you see what's happening. Why don't you allow them to get their shit together, because they're not breaking up ever. So they need to figure out a way to get along. Like, it's so weird. It's like, why are you as a grown ass, old ass woman trying to pressure this woman into having a baby when you don't already like the way she talks to your son? You don't think that she is living up to her wifely duties, making Sunday dinner and all this other stuff. She's telling you, I'm tired, looking tired, and you're like, what's up with the baby though? No, that's not, no. And I like the way Waka said it to Tammy's mother, like, I want a baby, but not right now. That's what it was. Like, because y'all ain't no rocking chair grandmothers. So we're not going to have that help. And I was like, okay, I could totally see that. Y'all want us to have these babies, but who's going to help around here? Who's going to help? Because it takes a village, okay? It's like, well, why you want to go to therapy? So they on some old stigmatized shit, and Waka seems to be trying to progress in that way where he says, I want someone with some insight, someone who doesn't have any biases, which is impossible. But and I've been afraid to show my relationship and what I was doing in my relationship. The fact that you are afraid to, I wonder why you're afraid to display your relationship. You don't want people to see how you talk to your wife or how your wife talks to you, because y'all have asked the cameras to turn off already like 3 times. So what is it that you want to show but you don't want to show? Are y'all really ready to be on TV? Because obviously you don't want some stuff to be seen. I get it. I get that part. But to the point where y'all can't even finish a conversation, you're like, okay, we got to cut these cameras off. Oh, hold on a second, because we talking about something. So what is it that you're saying? Because it's like, okay, anyways, let me get to it. Tammy's mother says, she's very stubborn. She's very stubborn. She's always had to fight. She makes mentions of her being light-skinned little girl. She always fought with the kids, and the kids called her names and this and that. So she doesn't know how Tammy is going to feel about going to therapy, because I don't know what it is that Tammy has an issue with. She didn't kind of verbalize it, but I mean, she said, I already know what's wrong. She was like, I already know what's wrong, but clearly there's some problems. I was actually surprised that Tammy was resistant. Not surprised that Waka was the one to say, let's go to therapy. Because there seems to be 2 people. He is a Gemini. Is that what she said? Because you're watching like 2 people. You're watching somebody who wants to do well, but then you're watching this antagonistic asshole at the same time. And you see that he wants, but then it's like, the things are conflated. Like at the end of the episode, they had a disagreement, like a clear miscommunication that was so crazy to me. I was like, did that just happen? Is that what be happening in conversations where it's like she totally he misunderstood what she was talking about, but the way that she framed it, I thought she was talking about what he repeated at the end. I'll get to it. I was like, Tammy, no. Okay, anyway. Tammy's in the studio. Waka shows up in the studio. They arguing back and forth. The producer and the manager is looking at them like, what is going on with y'all? And at times they were saying, if it's clear that they don't care about arguing in front of people, which is weird, because then you trying to turn the cameras off at different times. So it's a lot of things that I'm not, okay. All right. So he leaves. He's cussing her out. If you want her to have studio time, why are you coming in there bothering her? Don't you want her to be creative? Why are you wanting her to go in there after being antagonized? I was like, that was rude of him. He should have not come or whatever, especially when he was just in the studio. What part was that? And she called him twice and he hung the phone up or sent her the voicemail. Child, this shit is crazy. She gets mad for the silliest things. Like, I don't know if I was thinking like, would that have made me mad? It would have only made me mad if there was intentions put into it, or because she lit a candle. He grabbed it from her and blew the candle out and then lit the candle. And she was like, oh, why would you, like, she got aggravated. So I was thinking to myself, would I get aggravated? Would that aggravate me if someone did that to me? And I was like, unless I put intentions in the candle, don't blow my shit out. Don't blow my candles out, okay? Don't do that, okay? They're just antagonizing each other. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you know how some couples their relationship is really based on bickering, you know, and they think that shit is cute, and then somebody takes it too far, and then now somebody's mad, but you can't really say that you're mad because this is the kind of relationship that you built, and you're supposed to be tough, and, you know, I think they have gone too far. I think there is an imbalance there. In addition to, she does not trust him, and that's crazy to me. Like, she legitimately doesn't trust him. That's what's crazy. Anyway, so they were in the kitchen. Charlie was in the kitchen. Charlie leaves out of the kitchen, and Waka starts getting affectionate with Tammy. Tammy was like, why can't you kiss me in front of Charlie? Why you gotta wait for Charlie to leave to start kissing on me? He was like, it's just too much. It's too much. And my thing is, to me, I feel like it's a beautiful thing to show a young black girl, her parents being affectionate to each other. I think that's a beautiful thing for her to see. Do you understand? But you're more concerned about her seeing the affection that you give to her mother, which should be normal, so she understands, like, this is normal to me, right? They do fight or whatever, but here they are being affectionate, right? They do have their disagreements, because it's okay for her to witness Waka cheating on Tammy, but not showing her affection. Like, the shit is crazy to me. Anyways, maybe I'm just seeing it in a different way. I don't know. But I keep seeing, like, it's a lot of, like, mixed messages. I don't know. It's weird. He tells her about the therapy. Like I said, I was surprised that she was against it. I really was. I thought she would be with it. She's more old school than I perceived, I guess. So he tells her that I want you to go to my therapy appointment. And she's like, okay. But he really wants her there. He really wants this to be a couples therapy, but he can't get her there by saying couples therapy. So he's saying, come with me to my therapy. Like, I need your support, which people do, right? They ask for support. Is it okay to trick someone into going into therapy? Y'all let me know in the comments, because that's what Waka did with Tammy. He told her that it was couples therapy. He told her it was his therapy, and that she was coming to support. But when she got there, it turned into a couples therapy. Therapist started asking her questions. So he goes, we're going to our, so she goes, this is going to be interesting. And then he says, don't be too honest. So here's still this energy of not showing too much to me. You know what I mean? She's like, I hope you're not going to talk about me in front of a stranger. You gonna talk about me, don't talk about. So she already is feeling like something is telling her, like, this is not just for him. I'm here too for me, right? Tammy and Waka, they walk into the therapist, and the therapist starts talking about her being passionate and telling Waka that he has a passionate woman. And then he says, well, when are you guys in sync? What does that look like when you guys are in sync? And she's like, we are laughing a lot. We're very childlike, you know, which I was like, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be, a youthfulness that you have in yourself and in your relationships, because adults miss so much. Like, they believe they have all of this knowledge and all of this stuff, but they're missing things that kids don't miss. So when you remove that youthfulness from yourself, you take away your innocence. Like, you still have that in you. And I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing to access that energy, that childlike energy. And I think that's good in relationships. And when you start with all of these things like this girl is going through, I'm being a mom, I'm trying to be a wife, I'm trying to be a family person, I'm trying to be an entrepreneur, I'm trying to be a businesswoman, I'm trying to do all these things. So it gets serious, right? And then that's where conflict comes in, because it's so serious. It's like, lighten the fuck up. But you can't lighten up because you have all these pressures on you. And people have expectations of you. And you don't want to put them down. Like Deb told her, there's no option to fail. So she's like, you got to prioritize your shit and get your shit together. This crow's still over here. He keeps coming back. Tammy looks like she's ambushed, right? She looks like, okay, this is not just about him. This is about me too. Dr. Siri is just letting them talk. The way that they cut it, they're doing most of the talking. He doesn't say too much. He asks very short question, and it just seems like he's allowing them to talk the way that they cut it. He says his actions made her meaner, but in turn made her stronger. And I don't know if he equates strength with anger. Maybe as men, that's what they do. Anger and strength is something that go together. And so him thinking that cheating on her made her a better person, but it made her stronger. But at the same time, you're complaining that she's not feminine, but then trying to take credit for, oh, I hurt you and you're this person now and that made you a better person. Is she a better person because you hurt her and now you don't like her because she's strong? And you want a feminine person, but you want to take credit for creating the person that you don't like? Like, this shit is crazy to me. I don't know if I'm just thinking too much. It doesn't make sense to me. It's a lot of fuck shit to me. Is that possible? Can someone do something to hurt you and make you a better person? But then it's weird for somebody to take credit for that and to take credit, but like, yeah, I made her a better person. And then she said, no, you didn't. You made me insecure. So you don't trust this person. You're not secure with this person. He says, I was in hell. I was hell. No, he said I was hell. So you are, if you're going to use the metaphor that you're hell, and I'm going to use the common idea of what hell is, you're saying that you're hell, and this woman is walking into hell with these God rules, is what he said. With these rules of God. And he's like, no, baby, you're in hell. Like, and for him to use himself as a metaphor for hell, but then want this woman to be this feminine thing. If I'm in hell, baby, I'm not trying to be I'm in here fighting, but you've created this fighter, and now you don't want this fighter. Now she needs to be more feminine. Like, the shit is crazy to me. It's crazy to me, and I don't understand it. I don't understand it. She said that she felt like she was battling spiritual demons alone. Well, Tammy, honey, spiritual demons are your demons. So you will fight them alone. I don't know if she meant that she was fighting his demons, because that might be a possibility, because apparently she's the one that needs to take care of him and nurture him because of what his mother, who was this mean, tough love, rough ass, she didn't teach him. He comes and gets this woman who is feminine and all this other stuff. He's hell. And now she is this hard person, and now you don't like her. Or now you want to go to therapy because you don't like what she's turned into. Okay, Waka. Said she feel like she battling demons. Waka's demons. Okay, it was Waka's demons. He said, well, if I say no, I mean no. If I don't want something around me, I mean no. This is another part of the therapy session that I guess. And she was like, well, I'm not asking you to say no. I'm trying to get you to compromise. So there's a lot of mixed things going on in here. So he says something about her parenting. What challenges do you guys have as parents? He says she's not on her hard enough. She's not on her hard enough. And she's like, she's 14. I've taught her everything she knows. For you to say that I don't take care of her when you're not consistently around, and I already have her father always talking shit about me and trying to ruin my name in our community where we're from. Now here you are telling me that I don't take care of her enough, but when you was cheating and doing your thing, it was just me and Charlie. So when you come in here and tell me that I'm not taking care of her in the right way, in the way that you like, I have a problem with that. I said, okay, Tammy, you better let them know. You can't come in. See, people do it all the time. They do it all the time. The child lives with a custodial parent. The child lives with a custodial parent, and the other parent is dips and dabs and this and that, but always wants to criticize what the custodial parent is doing, right? Custodial, someone who's not in the home, wants to tell you how to, or ask, or judgment, or make judgments about it, and you have nothing to do with it because you're inconsistent. So there's nothing. The consistent thing she has is Tammy. So she doesn't like that he undermines her. Well, I'm not there. He says, I'm not there when you are disciplining her. You need to keep me in the loop so we're on the same page. But that's not true, because she told you that Charlie was on punishment and you just went to a soccer game. So that's not true what you just said. So you lie. That's a lie. We need to make decisions together. That's what he's saying in terms of her when she's being disciplined. And you got to tell me when she's in trouble. She just told you. And that's what I understand when she said, you was in there performing for that man. You was in there performing for that man. Do you remember what you said to me? And I felt that she was talking about what he said at the end of the session, not the negative things that he said to her. But I felt at the end of the session, what he was saying to her was some bullshit. I gotta be more aware of your hurt. I feel like it was some bullshit. So that's why I thought when she said, do you even remember what you said to me? You said what you was gonna do. And that's what, in my head, I was like, yeah, because he was lying when he was saying it. But that's not what she was talking about. She was talking about when he said that she had a messed up childhood. I was like, Tammy, is that what you really meant? Because that's not what I understood. So I was like, this shit was crazy to me. He said in the interview, she's not going to do the therapy. She's not going to do the things that he helped us do or figure out or whatever. He's not, let me turn this car off. Goddamn, been just wasting. She's not going to do what we're talking about in therapy. And then she says the same thing about him, like he's not going to do anything, right? So he says, I'm going to be mindful. At the end, the therapist was like, okay, what are we taking from this, right? And he was like, oh, that I'm going to be more aware of the things that I say to you and mindful of your hurt and be open to your words and this and that. I was like, he is bullshitting, right? So then they get in the car going away, and he says, I thought it would, see, this is the part I did not like at all. She goes, I thought this was for you, but I could see that I can benefit from it too. And he says, you see how, yeah, you could, you see how fucked up you are? I was like, why did he just say that to her? Why did he just say that to her? I said, she said, oh, that's what we doing? Like, is that what we're about to do? And he was like, I was like, why did he say that to her? So you just admitted, one, that you lied to her to get her there because you want her to come to therapy to see how fucked up she is. She was like, you don't even remember what you said. He was like, I do remember what I said. I do remember what I said. I said that I was going to watch what I say to you and watch what you say to me and da-da-da. Basically paraphrasing what he said at the doctor's office. She was like, no. I'm talking about what you said about my childhood. Honey, that is not what you was talking about. I was like, Tammy, no, that was not what you was talking about. He was like, you talking crazy and you forget you on TV. That's what he said. And then he was like, cut the cameras. He cut the camera off on the damn dashboard. I was like, I don't understand what's going on. Y'all tell me, was I seeing something different, or are we seeing the same thing? Do y'all see what I'm talking about? It's a bunch of like mixed messages going on. It's like Very weird. Even with Deb, like one episode Deb can't stand Tammy, and the next episode you're like, baby, are you okay? Like, what the fuck is going on? I don't understand. So y'all let me know what's up. So that's the two questions I wanted to ask you. Is it okay to trick someone into going into therapy? And can you do something? Can something happen to you, evil, somebody could do something to hurt you and it make you a better person? Let me know. And then, okay, so let's talk about marriage boot camp. Okay, I'm coming right back.